What are the worst Roblox communities that you know of? We'll discuss 4 contenders for the title, starting with Murder Mystery 2. As you most likely know, Murder Mystery 2 is one of the most iconic Roblox games ever. Boasting over 19 million place visits, it's very likely that everyone watching this has played the game at some point. However, you may not know that the Murder Mystery 2 community is actually pretty dark. So, what is the Murder Mystery 2 community doing? Most notably, its influencers have been exposed for doing bad stuff. Let's take the Murder Mystery 2 YouTuber Chills for example. He's a pretty big creator, having over 1.5 million subscribers as of this video being recorded. You're probably wondering what he has done that is considered bad. Chills has done quite a bit. For one, he has been caught saying the N-word, which is racist. To be fair though, Chills was likely very young when he did this. He was likely unaware of how offensive these words were at the time. Anyway, you're probably wondering if Chills ever responded to this drama. Believe it or not, he has. However, Chills stated that he didn't care and moved on from his actions. Yup, it's safe to say he didn't really apologize for what he did. These are not the only things that Chills has done, however. His content has also been deemed problematic by viewers. One example of this is a short titled The Basement, which has over 4.5 million views. It shows Chills begging clones of his girlfriend in Murder Mystery 2. It also depicts his girlfriend being stuck in the washing machine. If you know, you know. Even though this is weird by itself, it becomes worse when one realizes that Chills' audience is primarily made up of little kids. He's exposing them to borderline adult content, which is not okay. Here are some other videos Chills uploaded that could be considered suggestive. Of course, Chills is not the only problematic Murder Mystery 2 YouTuber that exists, but he's definitely one of the most notable. One more notable issue with Chills, as well as Murder Mystery 2 creators in general, is their promotion of black market Roblox websites. They specifically promote websites that allow users to buy Murder Mystery 2 weapons and skins for real-life money. Some YouTubers who are guilty of this include Chills, MM2 Blue, and Soul's Murder Mystery 2. As one might guess, this is a violation of Roblox's terms of service. However, it's not just Roblox that has a problem with this. The creator of Murder Mystery 2, Nicholas, has sent warnings to Murder Mystery 2 creators, telling them to not promote these websites. However, they keep promoting those sites, showing that they do not care about violating Roblox's terms of service. As a reminder, do not interact with these black market websites. Should I make a video discussing why the Murder Mystery 2 community is problematic? Let me know in the comments below. There's quite a lot to talk about. If we want to discuss Roblox games with terrible communities, we must talk about Dandy's World. It is one of the most popular Roblox games at the moment, consistently averaging 100,000 players at any given moment. It becomes more impressive when noticing that it was made on January 25th, 2024, making it a relatively new game. Anyway, with this being said, what is so bad about the community of Dandy's World? There's quite a bit to it. One issue with the Dandy's World community is the prevalence of adult parties within the game. Essentially, the players of Dandy's World get into servers and have freaky time with each other. This was revealed in a video titled The Dark Side of Dandy's World by Roblox YouTuber May. I do want to say that this isn't a Dandy's World problem, but more of a Roblox problem. These types of parties don't only happen in Dandy's World. Anyway, another issue with the Dandy's World community is the amount of not safe for work content being made about it. The most notable creator of this content is a user called Sus Dandy's World Heater. To say the content they post is inappropriate would be an understatement. One of the 3 videos they posted depicts one of the Dandy's World characters bouncing up and down. In case you do not understand, they are riding Dandy. I did not show the video because no one needs to see it. Needless to say, this outraged everyone who came across the video. Hi, welcome to my bleach shop. 1 like equals nothing, 100 like equals bleach. We sold, but help us. Seats for therapy, infinite seats. Also, there is everything you need to have a nice day. Team what the fuck button here. Therapy seats, infinite left. I summoned a therapy to get you guys in, so here. We have bleaches, foods, and holy waters. Even though this is already shocking enough, it becomes worse when one remembers that Dandy's World's target audience is little kids. They should not be exposed to this type of content, especially considering how inappropriate this is. This is related to another issue with the community of Dandy's World, shipping. What is shipping? It's when a person wants 2 characters to be in a relationship. This is a big part of the Dandy's World community, as seen on the YouTube platform. There are tons and tons of videos of people shipping the characters of Dandy's World. What makes this really bad is that, as stated before, Dandy's World is a game whose target audience is little children. Shipping is not something that little kids should be exposed to. At least, shipping in the context of Dandy's World should not be allowed. It's safe to say that Dandy's World community is one of the weirdest ones on the Roblox platform. From what we've talked about in this video, it makes sense why people have exposed the community as being really bad. Believe it or not, the Berry Avenue RP community is much worse than it might seem. Berry Avenue RP has over 5 billion visits and consistently has hundreds of thousands of people playing it. This makes sense, considering how much people like playing roleplay games. Anyway, what does the community of Berry Avenue RP do to earn a spot in this video? Considering that Berry Avenue is a role-playing game, quite a bit. For example, Berry Avenue RP has a party feature where, as you might guess, players can host their own parties. If the other communities we discussed are anything to go off of, people are hosting inappropriate parties in Berry Avenue RP. Well, you would think that. Believe it or not, the moderation in the game is actually kind of good. From what I could find, there were no servers with any bad activity. That's not to say it never happens. For example, Roblox YouTuber Lemmy found examples of players being a bit weird in these private servers. I don't see why someone needs to notify the entire server about them busting in their bed. But yeah, the community seems to do a fairly good job at not being weird in parties. Although there will always be a few bad actors. Another issue with the Berry Avenue RP community has to do with its content creators. What exactly are they doing? Let's just say they post questionable content. One notable example is a YouTube channel named Zoe Berry's Story. They're a pretty small YouTuber, having nearly 60,000 subscribers as of this video being recorded. This is significant because they joined the YouTube platform on October 23, 2024, which was only a few months ago. Anyway, the content they post is very inappropriate. A lot of the thumbnails on Zoe Berry's channel depict either sexual or disgusting acts. I would show them, but it's likely doing that will lead to this video getting a community guideline strike, so that ain't happening. Take a look at their channel to see what I'm talking about. What I find crazy is that this channel has not been banned yet. When it comes to content similar in nature to that of Zoe Berry, YouTube bans it quickly. Well, most of the time. Again, I would show the type of thumbnails on the Zoe Berry channel, but that would likely lead to this video being taken down. Something else I need to say is that even though the content is pretty bad, it becomes much worse when one realizes that Zoe's target audience is little kids. They're not just being exposed to inappropriate content, but this same content is just very weird. I guess it would be fair to classify the content on Zoe Berry's story as brain rot. After all, watching it will probably lead to one's brain rotting. Of course, Zoe Berry's story is not the only problematic content creator within the Berry Avenue RP community, but she's one of the more notable ones. All in all, the community of Berry Avenue RP is much worse than it initially seems. This is most evident in the content uploaded by the game's influencers. We do need to credit the game's developers for keeping its community mostly in control, although there will always be a few bad people doing weird stuff in game. Another Roblox community that is known to be very problematic is the Roblox Myth community. This is one that I've been in myself, so there's quite a lot that I can talk about. Anyway, we need to explain what Roblox Myths even are. In a nutshell, Roblox Myths are stories that are told on the Roblox platform. This can take the form of an individual account, a group, or a group of individuals. I made an entire video talking about what Roblox Myths are, so make sure to watch it to get some more context. With that said, what has the Roblox Myth community done to be featured in this video? From what I have witnessed, quite a lot. The most prevalent issue with the community is the amount of predatory behavior taking place in it. Since there are a lot of examples of this, we'll be discussing the most notorious one. In August 2020, the self-proclaimed Myth King, Kazdam, was exposed for participating in highly inappropriate behavior with minors, as well as for being behind some of the community's most iconic myths. This effectively ruined the Roblox Myth community, as Kazdam owned some iconic myths such as Chuck Lloyd, Ulifer, Subject Pyro, and Martin Colt. Due to this, the Roblox Myth community basically fell apart. This drama would set a precedent for the Myth community, as dozens of prominent figures would be exposed for being literal predators. Some notable examples include Grocery Gang, Yucko, Jenny Feelings, and Alone Traveler. Considering that these are some of the most popular myths in the community, all of these exposés inevitably led to the Roblox myth community dying off and shrinking in size. This also led to people becoming increasingly cautious of those involved in the Roblox myth community, which makes sense considering how many Roblox myths have been exposed for being horrible people. Some recent examples of Roblox myths that were exposed include Amelia Agard, Towngoes, Rhodes, Gopherberry, and Voralin. One thing I do need to note is that all of these Roblox myths were exposed within a 3-year period. You can see why the myth community started dying after the Kazdam drama. Why should new people join the community if everyone's a bad person? Even in 2025, there are Roblox myths that are being exposed for being horrible people. Will the Roblox myth community ever be revived? Only time will tell. All in all, the Roblox myth community is one of the most problematic communities on the platform. This is due to the amount of members being exposed regularly, which is a lot. It basically led to the community dying off and shrinking in size. If you want me to make a video talking about the dark side of the Roblox myth community, let me know in the comments below. Anyway, with everything being said, feel free to watch this video next.